gentlemen, you see their pictures in newspapers and magazines across America. You see them on television, hear them on radio, you even see them on the internet. Make welcome the world famous Prairie Rose Wranglers. Let's go, boys.
It's Saturday night, and cars pour into one of the fastest growing tourist attractions in the state of Kansas. Located west of El Dorado and east of Wichita, just off the historic Chisholm Trail, the Prairie Rose Chuck Wagon Supper is starting its 5th year celebrating this state's cowboy heritage. Perhaps you've heard of the Prairie Rose, but did you know it almost didn't happen? Thomas and Cheryl Etheridge wanted to make their living raising cattle on this property that's been in Cheryl's family for 5 generations. But when the bottom fell out of the cattle business, the Etheridges scrambled for a way to stay on this land and survive.
We just knew that we needed something in addition to full-time ranching to pay the bills. Full-time ranching was a wonderful career, it's a wonderful lifestyle, but it doesn't always pay the bills. And that's an important thing, is to pay the bills.
We were trying to simply make a living. We had some criteria we wanted to try to stick with, and that was we wanted to be on the land together. We wanted to function as a family, and we wanted to try to make a living. So with those 3 things in place, we began to do that process that really all farmers and ranchers are having to do, as well as all businessmen and women across America, and that is we had to begin to think outside the box.
That outside-the-box thinking produced this 21st century recreation of Kansas cowboy history. From wagon rides and steer roping to cowboy crafts and the Prairie Rose Express, a theater that shows cowboy movies and more. Families make a night of it all across the grounds of the Prairie Rose. Everyone winds up here at the centerpiece of it all, the Chuck Wagon Supper, an all-you-can-eat, family-style affair of brisket, beans, potato salad, and cobbler, served up by Cheryl, Thomas, and their family. And after dinner's been served and cleanup's underway, Thomas personally thanks his guests.
How'd everything taste tonight? Did you get plenty to eat?
Oh, you bet.
Good. If you need more of anything, let me know. So good to see you tonight. How are you, cowboy? So good to see you.
After all the cowboys and cowgirls are fed, it's on with the show.
It's not just the food, it's not just the entertainment, all those are wonderful quality things in themselves, but it's the service and the family atmosphere, the love and the caring and appreciation over the customer. You don't get that anymore in a lot of places. You know, I don't know that I necessarily thought originally of a Chuck Wagon Supper, but Thomas did. And since we always enjoyed having people over and entertaining folks in our home, what better fit, you know, to be able to make a living doing it.
So that's the real joy, being able to watch generations of families have a great time and just have great family entertainment, and doing it all under the auspices of the great Kansas skies, and knowing that, you know, this is what Kansas is all about. And we think oftentimes as Kansans, you know, no one would want to come here. How foolish we are, for literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands from around the world love what we have, the greatest icon of all times, the great American cowboy. And it all has its roots right in our great state of Kansas.
Now, those of you who enjoyed
Kansas has a rich heritage for the American cowboy. Kansas needs a theme park. Young families today are looking for that experience.
And entrepreneurs Thomas and Cheryl Etheridge think they have the answer. They're building a Western theme park along I-135 just north of Wichita. Rides and other Western-style attractions, including daily cattle drives, will all be part of Wild West World. The Etheridges have put $15 million on the line to get the park going.
We know that Kansas is one of the few states left in the United States that does not have a major theme park. We also know that Kansas, and in particular the Wichita region, they desperately need family entertainment. We need a theme park.
They've done their homework and say it makes good business sense. But it also continues their passion for preserving the cowboy heritage.
When we put on boots and jeans every day, we're not putting on a costume, we're putting on a way of life, a heritage that's rich in the Western heritage of Kansas.
Thomas says he can't wait for the park to open.
I dream about it every day, every hour of every day. I'm always thinking about what's it going to be like. And you know, it's going to be so much fun. And the site we've selected literally sits right in the middle of the Chisholm Trail. So we're really bringing the history of Kansas alive when we open the doors to Wild West World.
Big and flashy, carefully crafted by 275 dedicated engineers, artists, and self-proclaimed gearheads, and with the vision and passion of one of Wichita's namesakes, Sheldon Coleman. Yes, that Coleman. That's how this company, Big Dog Motorcycles, started from scratch 10 years ago to become one of the premium motorcycle brands in America. Big Dog president, Nick Messer.
Well, it was a brainchild of Sheldon Coleman, my boss, and he is an avid motorcycle enthusiast, and he saw a need for a motorcycle that wasn't created at that time. He actually wanted it for himself. So once he developed his bike and had somebody help him build it for himself, it kind of took off from there.
Early on, Big Dog built 3 to 5 motorcycles each month. Today, in these tight Douglas Avenue quarters, Big Dog produces 300 a month. 6 different models, all bold color, big chrome, and big muscle. And now with packed production schedules and a warehouse full of cycles to ship, it's the company that's put Wichita on the motorcycle map.
We've tried to build a bike that would fit about any need, as long as a person wants something kind of flashy and custom. If you're ultra conservative and you don't want to stand out from the crowd, you probably shouldn't be looking at our product. My favorite is probably the Chopper model. The Chopper or a new Ridgeback, either one. They're both long, aggressive looking, traditional chopper look kind of thing, but with this enormously large fat tire in the back with a big engine, a 107 cubic inch engine and a 6-speed transmission. So it's pretty neat. It does stand out. It draws a crowd.
It's also drawn the attention of motorcycle magazines and nationally broadcast television programs like this one on the Speed Channel.
What would a performance cruiser be without a performance motor? This one has a 107 cubic inch S&S mill. It's actually assembled by the guys at Big Dog in Wichita, Kansas.
I mean, it's flattering to us, but they tell us that we're the main player out there. We are the small manufacturer of choice. I mean, we're an American motorcycle company, American manufacturer. There was another company out there called Indian that was really a little larger than us in the way of population, but their sales weren't as strong as ours, and now they're no longer in business. So they feel as though we are the motorcycle company of choice. So it's very flattering. And the motorcycle magazines contact us regularly because they're always looking for test bikes. They want to know more about us, and they want to be able to write more about us. So typically it's a good position to be in. The business is good. I mean, we're in a sold-out production right now, going through it now into April. So it's a good problem to have, I guess.
And it's a great problem for Wichita to have too, because Big Dog contracts with many local shops to build the parts that are assembled into motorcycles here. So what's good for Big Dog is definitely good for Wichita and for Kansas.
We want to be the good guys out there in the motorcycle industry, and I think we've done that.